Alright, time for another one of my beloved trailer reaction videos, this time for Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, and I still can't quite believe that's what we're about to talk about, but here we go. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. Almost indistinguishable from the original Look at his little legs! Look at Gladiolus' little legs! Little flat feet! Looks like a freak!
So far on the kindness of strangers.
What is that body? Sorry, like, I'd already looked at this a little bit, but I hadn't looked at the full trailer. Tiny arse! Tiny Gladiolus arse! Speaking of, what? They're like something out of the fucking X-Files! It's like they've got the chibi look of, like, your Final Fantasy, what was it, like Crystal Saga Legends of the Little Fellas on the DS. That's the full title of it. But they've gone halfway between anime Final Fantasy pretty boys and little chibi things. And it's this horrible missing link. Their bones must hurt so much. I mean, I was going to talk about how the game looks. That was my plan. I wasn't expecting to be this hung up on the freaky, elongated skeleton monstrosities that are admittedly driving a very nice car. Well, that's Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. A concept I was interested in, but now I'm upset. So yeah, this game got announced. And people aren't happy about it, it seems, or at least a certain sector of the populace is unhappy with it. You look at the original YouTube upload and the dislikes are being hammered. I saw some complaints about how Square Enix isn't fixing the original game and instead just releasing a shit mobile version of it. I mean, certainly if you felt like the game was in need of serious fixes that weren't done, then I can imagine looking at this and being quite upset. I thought Final Fantasy 15 was pretty great, personally. There were issues with it, like the ending and that got more and more rushed and condensed, which they then tried to retroactively fix by providing, you know, those updates that gave you characterization and all the other things that people like Final Fantasy games for. But even on its own merits, as a game without any of the updates, the launch version of it was still pretty great. I thought so anyway. I really enjoyed it. So it's not really worth it for me to be particularly cut up about this. I just think it's funny looking. Very funny looking. Those character designs are friggin' atrocious. That said, this does represent the possibility of Final Fantasy 15 coming to the 3DS, or like the Switch even. So that would be fun. That'd be fun for people, for all the children at home. I can't get over those character designs though. Like, I wasn't kidding when I said that I wasn't expecting to talk about those. I wasn't expecting that to be the focal point. I just scanned it briefly, the trailer, and thought, oh, look, little chibi guys, I see what they're doing there, that's cool. And then I saw the twisted, mangled, grey alien wreckage that has become of our beloved boy band in their magical car of fantasy. That's a bad look, is what I'm trying to say. That's a really bad look, and it doesn't make the game all that appealing, at least to me. Obviously, visual tastes and that are quite subjective. I don't know if I could be bothered to play it on my phone, though. I played Final Fantasy 15. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I might replay it one day, but if I'm going to replay it, it's not going to be this version, I don't think. But hey, if you have a phone and you haven't played Final Fantasy 15, which, to be fair, is probably quite a big demographic, here is a game. A visually horrible game